Hello there, Charlie here from the Confighub UX team. Let me show you Initiatives, a new system for driving configuration compliance across your infrastructure. You define what good looks like with a policy, point it at a set of units, and track progress towards full compliance. Initiatives live on a Kanban board with 3 columns: draft, in progress, and completed. Each card shows the initiative name, description, priority, and whether or not it is enforced. A deadline and a progress bar showing how many units were passing at the last check. Let's create a new initiative. Let's set a name, a description, a priority level, a deadline, and whether or not the policy is enforced. Failing units are actively blocked from being applied. This changes the initiative system into a policy enforcement tool instead of just being another reporting dashboard. Now let's define our scope. The compliance policy will only run against units in this scope. So let's use the query builder to select first the initiatives demo space, followed by a resource type of deployment. The query builder supports filtering by any attribute on the unit: space, labels, resource type, or even content inside the YAML. You may also resize the panels at any point to give yourself room to work. The compliance check is a Kyverno policy. This one checks every container in a deployment and rejects any image using the latest tag, which is a common best practice. Before I save, I can test the policy right here against the matched units. I can see which units would pass and which would fail before I even create the initiative. Now let's hit save, and we're back on the board with the new initiative in draft. First, let's drag it into the in progress column. When I click an initiative, the compliance check runs automatically. You can see the results coming in now. The summary bar shows passing, failing, and NA, units that didn't have relevant config to validate, like empty placeholders. NA units are excluded from the completion percentage. For any failure, I expand the row to see the exact violation, which Kyverno rule failed and why. The team gets everything they need to go and fix it without switching tools. Let's fix this issue with a function. First, I select the unit or units that I want to take action on. Then I press F or click the Functions button in the right-hand toolbar. The function drawer opens, showing me a list of available functions, including ones I've saved or recently used. Let's use the search bar to find the function setContainerImageReference. Type image reference. Let's use the asterisk in the container name to select all containers. Then let's set the image reference to v1.0.0. I can then invoke this function and see the results immediately. You'll see that the table had already updated itself with the new data, and we've now completed our initiative. Let's move it into the completed column. Here's the key thing: the enforcement trigger stays active. If someone changes a unit in a way that breaks the policy, the trigger blocks applying it to a live resource. Compliance is maintained going forward, not just at a point in time. Okay, so that's initiatives. Scope your infrastructure, define a policy, test it before you commit, and track compliance. And optionally, enforce it as a gate. Thanks very much for watching.